Hey, come on, hey, we got the old gang back together.
I know.
No, and I go, listen.
Nope.
He's cool. He comes off as a cunt. He's really good. MC.
Nope.
You never say really good. You say he's a hard worker. That's such a slap in the face. He's a hard worker. He does good little Instagram edits. Fuck you. Yeah, we are. This is all on the record. And I got lots to say the last 34 days.
We would like to see most of the human race killed off because it is unworthy. It is unworthy of the gift of life.
I don't care what society thinks. They're nothing anyway. They're no better than me.
Until we hear the safe word, we will not stop.
Have you ever thought what it would be like to see a person's head amputated? Think of things so horrible that the human mind cannot imagine them. See all this and more when you see on stage, in person, that crazy mix-up.
I like being set apart from people. I like to be hated.
Safe Word with Jason Rouse.
This is Jason Rouse, and welcome to another video episode of Jason Rouse's Safe Word. Brett Forte, Uncle Hack, Sam Walker here in Austin, Texas. From what I remember, first time in the state, right, gentlemen?
Yes. No, I've been to Texas for 24 hours at the beginning of 2020.
Okay.
I did a 24-hour whirlwind in Houston.
Okay.
And I couldn't wait to get back. This is the first time that I've actually been able to get back here.
In 20 what? You were here?
2020, January 2020.
Wow. What was that? You over Buddy's wedding?
No,
I never get invited to weddings.
No, it was a honeymoon. It was another comedian that loves him. Said, hey, I bought a ticket for you to Houston. Come with me.
I've never had that. Have you had that?
No.
No.
I don't think I've had anybody love me.
I get around.
Yeah.
It was minus 40 degrees Celsius in Calgary at the time.
Okay.
So we were escaping the cold. And 24 hours, man. It was well worth it. I can't wait to get back there.
Speaking of escaping, congratulations, gentlemen.
It's good to have you.
Yeah.
It's good to have
It's a
you.
pleasure. It's a pleasure.
It's nice.
The A-team is together.
6 months, literally, multiple FaceTimes, a billion boomers assholes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's now an official stamp in Canada at this point. For how
Right?
much you send it.
That's a great idea. It's a stamp. I should do a limited print of collector's items. I've got gaper pins and T-shirts coming out in October.
And you want to convert your peephole. He wants to reverse it so they can look in and have the gaper's hole around the peephole. There's a lot of things.
Yeah.
The Logfather is
I'm
cooking
having
up.
an oil painting done, a 6x4 canvas of Boomer's asshole.
Made by the same guy that paints Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, this guy's a really good artist. I hope he takes the project. He did say he'd take commissions, and that is a portrait.
Yeah, I don't know if he has enough black paint.
It's deep.
Hey, that's my buddy's asshole, man. You guys have, well, let's talk how let's just round it out to the last 12 months, okay? 12 months ago, you guys are, what month is that? You went to school?
What month is it now?
Today is
That's how you do that
It's
math.
October.
Just say whatever
Yeah.
it is now.
I like to leave it open so Clown Shoe steps in. He thinks I'm fumbling around with my ideas. Oh, let me just tell you, you're running. No one cares.
A year ago,
You forgot your co-host's name. the
What
other-
were you? Well, October was
year-
the last gig.
a year ago, June, I'm back doing shows. Not at the clubs. Brett's doing shows at the club. They won't book me because
Was this limited capacity in the clubs?
yeah,
it must have
and they wanted their safe acts and people that are palatable and
Don't call me a safe act, you piece
no, palatable.
Yeah, I know.
And
I'm
so
a hard worker.
the hardest. And so I wasn't going to get booked there to the fall, but I was busy doing private shows. I was doing bachelor parties and birthday parties and surprise shows at secret venues. and it was great. So I was rolling doing comedy, and then fall came along, and that's when we met up again in October, and that's the first time I was back at the club.
Yeah.
Since the spitting incident, actually. That was the first time I'd been back since that.
You've made multiple triumphant returns to the Calgary Yuck Yucks.
I really
half
have.
a dozen times. I've seen you, your hands over your head, holding something up and mouthing the words, fuck you.
He was banned from the show, and he came back and bought
Yeah.
a ticket to sit front row in the audience. It was
There's
great.
only 12 comedy people in the whole province, and you guys are fighting amongst each other over zero money. What's the matter with you guys?
We cry laughing ourselves to sleep. That's why.
Yeah, because it's that funny, and it keeps getting better. But we actually we got rolling again after we saw you,
Just pull it to you.
and yeah, so we're rolling again, and we started getting like the dream gigs. You know, they're going to be flying us out to places. Airbnb, Uber, 3 shows, paying well. And then the night that I was packed for my first flight in the era of COVID, British Columbia shut it all down. And ever since then, it's been dead. And the only other show we got to do was in February, Brett Forte's Roast Battle. We had it at the only live open venue in Canada. And
Which looked like a good venue until I saw the masks.
Yeah, they threw that on us mid-show. They came in and hit the panic button, and I was so pissed. But there was a lot of people came out to see that show, so I did it for the people, and I was livid, and I won. I was up against a transgender comedian and Uncle Hack.
And another transgender.
Yeah,
In between surgeries.
I was against the transgender comedian
The other one.
and Cindy Rivers.
The only thing that's real on his body is that mustache.
Pretty much.
Everything else, plastic pussies and glory holes.
When he wears a mask, you could still tell he has a mustache.
Yeah, because it's got one arm over the top, like Kilroy.
It's trim nice though. Look at you both, so well shaven for the trip.
Oh,
Yeah.
I forgot to tell you, the one dude when we were checking our boarding passes, he was like, "What is with all of the mustaches?"
It's a weird voice.
Oh,
for a
God.
lady.
yeah. Well, the guy asked me, "Are you traveling with a friend?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm traveling with my buddy." And he's like, "Who's your buddy?" I'm like, "Brendan Blacure," and he's like, "Oh yeah,
Heard of him.
oh yeah," because he just probably checked you in,
Bro.
and then
Oh, I thought he was a Danger Cats listener. Oh,
no,
Yeah.
We found one. We found one in Texas. We were on the
On the
fucking-
tram.
On the tram.
in Dallas, Fort Worth, yeah.
Yeah. One guy looked and he goes, "No." I'm like,
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
dude, it
Oh,
was
that's
fu-
great.
He's like, "I'm from Montana, brother. I fucking love your shit." And I'm like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
he was in the army.
yeah.
Wow.
Military
Yeah.
boy."
So let's get to the questions that followed at the airport today.
Okay, well, this is ridiculous. So you got it.
Here we go. We said it was 50-50, by the way. We had action on this.
Where's the flute?
I'll get it.
A toot on the magic flute. So I go through regular security, and they sidetrack my one small bag. And the lady goes and brings it over, and she's like, "Is this your bag?" Yes. And she proceeds to empty it out and go through the whole thing.
Now, is this the bag that's tied to
No,
your right thigh?
no, not this one.
Okay.
It's the other. It's a small backpack loaded with like my camera and all the
And
stuff.
grenade pockets.
Yeah.
Anyway, she goes through it. I go on to I meet the customs officer, and he asks me, "Where are you going, Austin? Why are you going on holiday?" And then he's like, "Are you traveling with any friends?" I'm like, "Yeah, my buddy Brendan Blick here." And then he goes, "Do you have any fruits or vegetables with you?" And I say, "Yeah, I got an." Yeah,
Brendan Blacure, I just told you.
6'1", 200 pounds walked by here already. Yeah. And I say, I have an apple. I have like 4 protein bars and an apple. And he goes, "Oh, an apple. I'm going to have to call the agriculture expert,
Oh, here.
a specialist." Yeah, so go wait over there. He'll be with you in a minute. So I'm sitting there, and I know I'm going to get rogered here. The guy comes over and goes and opens up my small backpack, and I give him the apple, and he's like, "No sticker on it." And it's like, because I washed it. And then he's like, we're going to have to take this. And he puts it in a garbage can. And then he sends me into secondary behind a locked door with the key card and everything. Go wait in there. So I wait in there. And to their credit, they're very efficient and fast. I wasn't waiting there long.
The wait is the drama of it.
It was, but it wasn't more than 5 minutes that I was. And then he took me over to a booth that was sealed in with a big metal slab on there, and asked me a whole bunch of questions about like where I was going, who I was seeing, and he was writing everything down. Like, what do you do for a living? Well, reality is, what pays the bills is a tradesman. Comedy is my passion, and I love doing it, but it's not enough to in Canada to pay the bills. So, essentially,
It is.
Yeah, I'm an amateur, and it's my hobby, so to speak. It's how I spend my extracurricular time. And he's
this
like,
is all news to him. So you broke it down, and it makes sense to you. But for somebody who has no investment in the arts, he is fishing.
he was, and he's like, where are you going? Like, what's a venue? Name a venue that you're going to. And so I said,
Fishing.
The Vulcan Gas Company. And who are you going to see there? Well, Brian Redband and Tony Hinchcliffe.
A known racist, Tony Hinchcliffe.
It was brutal. He said, never heard
Tony
of him.
Hinchcliffe that's who you dropped at the border?
Yeah.
This is who you're
He's
hanging
on
out with?
TMZ dressed as Hitler.
This is your first reference?
That's who I was going to go see. Just being honest.
On a Google. Tony Hinchcliffe.
Yeah.
Is this guy a comedian or good?
He wrote their
SS?
He wrote their names down, said he'd never heard of them.
Yeah.
And then
He wasn't really known for his laughter to begin with. The guy was talking to you.
he was laughing his ass off, man, because he went through every bag I had one at a time.
Yeah.
And he went through every pocket, opened every nook and cranny right in front of me. And his very delicate fingers,
Brett,
he put
thanks
everything
for
back.
putting the logo up on the TV, by the way.
Brad. It's Brad.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Brad.
Yeah.
Bradley.
Did that.
So as they're going through your bag,
Yeah.
okay,
Are you baked?
I don't know if you've heard
He's
this
baked.
before. No.
You look like a dead Bobby Lee.
Uh,
You're so high.
I'm very alert right now. And so alert that I'm vividly imagining the time going through security with Sam. I don't think you've heard this. They start going through his bag. We're on our way to a gig in like Vancouver. And you have he brings out an inflatable sheep.
Sheep.
Yeah, an inflatable sheep, a banana, and a fake pisser kit, like a fake urine that you put on your body to fake like you're peeing somewhere.
Yeah, it's called a Whizzinator.
He's holding the Whizzinator in the air, and he's looking at you going, and then you went, there's 2 sheep. And then he took out the other one. So what did
Honest to a default.
What did they find?
Default.
Absolutely nothing, because when you're traveling across international borders, you don't dick around. Yeah. So I knew everything. Like, I had gone through the bags and I had packed properly. And he commented, and then he opens my big bag first, and that's got the title belt in it.
This is what I mean.
Yeah. So he busts open the title belt and he's like, a title belt. And he's like, you win a contest? And I was like, yeah, roast battle champion.
Yeah.
And he's like, he was impressed. And then it just kind of
Let's bring him in and see what he really thought.
he kept pulling my stuff out, and he's like, you're very organized. Just wear white T-shirts, and commented. And then he felt up every piece of fabric I had for everything. And he went through my underwear G-string collection, all socked
Like
in.
you have another collection. It's all G-string.
I got it all together, wrapped up in tight Ziploc, and I squeeze it so hard that it's airtight.
Yeah. Like any drug smuggler would.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
No, listen, I'll just pause for a minute. This is all exactly what you're supposed to do. Anybody who's listening to this, straight up, to the point, clean, squeaky, less is more. But when you go an inch over doing what you're supposed to do, it draws them into this guy is meticulously, but that's how you live your life.
Well, exactly. And I'm traveling, and if I get covered in piss or shit or puke, because these things happen when I'm hanging around with you, at least my underwear's not all going to get ruined because it's in a Ziploc bag.
No, but you can't tell that to him. You can't go, I'm going.
No, you don't understand. You don't understand.
Don't know, man.
Yeah, exactly. But then
I need to cover myself in all fluids.
Then he's asking, like, so what are you going to be doing down in Austin?
Whatever the fuck I want. That's what I say.
Well, it wasn't the time or the place to drop that golden nugget. I held off, but I told him straight up, like, I'm going to get guest spots on comedy shows. Oh. Because it's not he's like, you love comedy and you're going to hang down there. Why are you going?
He's leaning on it.
And it's like, I'm going to get guest spots, man. And guest spots aren't paid spots, and that's completely legal. I can go to karaoke.
Dicey is if there was a ticket price attached to karaoke.
First of all, this guy is bored.
No, first off, it's a guest spot. It doesn't cost anything.
So you're second off. Okay, there's an order to this.
All right. Well, very true. But this is what I'm going down for a holiday. God damn it! And this is what I do on my holiday. This is what I do in my extra
time.
Well, then he asked what my politics were.
He asked your politics?
Yeah. He's like, do you follow the news? And I'm like, well, as much as anybody can these days.
Oh, God.
And then he goes like, oh, so you're aware about the politics. So
what?
And then he straight up asked me, if you were to describe yourself, would you say you're a Republican or a Democrat? And I looked him straight in the eye and I said, neither. I'm Canadian. I'm a guest and a visitor in your country.
Okay.
You know, I wanna visit. Also, my American flag bandana. He pulled that out, and he's like, "Oh, so you like America, hey?" And I said, "Yeah, big fan. My whole life, like American pop culture, fucking Hulk Hogan, rock and wrestling, man. Since I was 5 years old."
Hulk Hogan? Did you drop Hulk's name?
No, it
Tony
did.
Hinchcliffe and Terry. This is too.
Alex Jones.
Yeah, exactly. But it was just like he was trying to get me to reveal my politics, and it doesn't matter what my politics are because I don't like either side. I'm more concerned about what's going on in Canada than what's going on in America.
It's first of all, it's gaslighting you to get you into a position that they can activate their position as a job.
Oh yeah, and he was relishing in it. He was like being real hard, and then real nice.
Fucking look. First of all, that gig. Look at anybody who's worked at a gas station. Same face.
No, guy. We were wearing masks the whole time too. It was really weird.
That's not all you were wearing, and this is what you've lived this scenario before. Okay, you have gone to Denmark, and you have chosen before you left.
Oh, Sweden was the issue. Denmark, you could have came in on a fucking GT snow racer. They would have high-fived him, right?
Okay.
I've never heard anybody cheer crossing a bridge in a vehicle with a guy. He didn't even speak English, did he? But he was a lot of fun.
Marcus speaks English.
No, but the guy who drove us to Allhurst for the funeral.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that exactly. We'd gone into Denmark.
We'd already got into Denmark.
That was our second pickup. My friend, do you know how many times you get told that you're going to get picked up by a guy who, when they say his English isn't that good, he doesn't speak it? So there's a lot of hand signs.
I want to clarify here. I didn't say guest spots. I said I want to hit up the open mics.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I told the guy.
Of course.
Better language.
Yeah.
Let's get into dress code. So when you went to Sweden, you chose, hey, I have two bandanas. I have a red bandana and I have a blue bandana. 50-50. I'll go with the blue one. Right?
That wasn't Sweden. That was me leaving Denmark.
Okay.
Crippin'.
Leaving
Nice.
Denmark. And you were entering.
Exactly.
When I was entering
Great
Sweden,
choice.
I was wearing.
That's what I said. Going to Sweden.
Yeah.
Right? And at the time,
I didn't have a bandana
The
on.
alt-right movement in Sweden at the time wore blue bandanas. So
Oh,
it was
beautiful.
No. You're getting mixed up Sweden and Denmark. It wasn't until Denmark was having the elections. I got held up and jacked up in Sweden for over an hour. But I wasn't wearing a bandana.
Sorry, I took the wrong route, but we're at the same destination.
But
okay?
somebody did ask you, like blindly on a subway ride.
Yeah, on my way to the airport.
Yeah, they go,
He came up and I was sitting and he was standing, and it's like when you're in
It was
that
a standoff a bit.
well, when you're in that position, sitting you're in the weaker position. So I was like ready to pop off.
I didn't know what was happening, but this for Swedish people to go up to a stranger,
A Danish
in public, or
guy.
Danish.
Yeah, and he
Say,
came
"What's
up
up?"
and he asked, "Why are you wearing that bandana?" And I said, "To keep the hair out of my eyes." and then he asked, "Did you choose it to be blue?" And it's like, "No, it looks cool." And then and then he got off at the next stop. But he
Yeah.
was like, he was looking to like start a little something.
Okay, first of all, this is a very you're assuming like navy blue, the Western style headband. This is Swedish blue.
Yeah, like almost a turquoise.
Exactly,
Like
it's
a
Swedish
baby blue?
flag. Yes, a
Oh,
baby
okay.
blue headband.
Yeah.
A little bit brighter than a
But
baby
if
blue.
you held it up to the average Swedish flag same
Yeah.
thing. You would see the crossover because he's wearing a lot of earth tones, and then you've got a flag on your face.
A blue, but this is the thing is I told the guy too as he was getting off. I'm like, I'm Canadian.
yeah.
Like it doesn't fucking
Doesn't
matter.
apply to
Like
me.
people think everybody cares about their politics. I could care less, man. I'm here to make the people laugh.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to draw a line from that Denmark/Sweden incident to today's.
Yeah.
What color headband were you wearing today?
I wasn't wearing a headband.
He had a swastika
When
on
you
his
walked
face.
in here, you had a red bandana around your mouth.
It wasn't around my mouth. It was around my neck. They told me
Your Honor. Look,
they told me at the ticket I can't wear the bandana, so I had to go to 7-Eleven and pay $10 for 5 fucking blue NPC masks, and so I was wearing the blue mask.
okay, not red.
Yeah, stand
Yeah.
in the hospital bullshit.
Yeah, exactly.
Spit through it.
I figured that would have been the Republican question. You're also wearing the Republican outfit as well.
What are you talking about? A Republican outfit?
Because I was just at a Republican convention with 1,900 people in front of the governor, Greg Abbott. And
Yeah.
people wore suits with combat boots. That's a Republican dress shoe is a combat boot. They got a gun on their knee, a gun in their shoe, a gun on their hip.
Oh, shit.
And they woo and they hoop and holler, and everyone's wife has a fake pair of tits. They're living great.
Yeah.
But
What a
unfortunately,
fucking state.
here in Williamson County, it's called. I've been doing my journalists.
Yeah,
I've been
clearly.
doing my journalism. 26% approval rate Republican last election, and they're losing it. They're losing Texas, and they're freaking out. They're like,
Yeah.
We got to take back Texas in 2022, and you're here to help them by the looks of it. You know?
Yeah.
Well, that's assuming an awful lot, and
That's his job. That's his job.
it is. But I can't help if this is my style. This didn't just happen last year. This is the way I've been dressing for a long time.
Yeah. First of all, this is a snake who slithers around, so he can't put his elbows out because he's too busy up someone's ass. So if you have any character or outlaw rebellious behavior,
Oh, you don't think I stick to my guns?
You're gonna do your own thing.
You don't think I stick to my guns? I know what this is. He's not moving an inch for anybody. I'm just saying a couple centimeters at the airport might help you. A less SEAL
Hey,
Team 6 bags around your
You're not
your
a
knee.
guy.
You know what I mean?
You would never get a tattoo on your face, but I know a lot of people. Should they be alienated and judged by a rattlesnake across their throat?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know, man.
I have a sneaky suspicion that guy's more dependable than anybody in a suit.
Yeah, in a bank robbery, you can trust
See?
that guy.
He's a hypocrite. You're part of the problem.
You said yourself
You're
that
part
you
of the problem.
won't
Why
get-
can't you leave us alone, hippie?
You want your head tattooed and neck tattooed, but you said you're not doing it until you're 60 because you still want to work. You
No,
said
because
that.
I'm going to kill myself when I'm 59.
No, you know you would not get as much work if that was the case.
Oh, no, I'd totally work more. I would definitely work more.
Then why did you
More
tell me
in
the opposite?
Film it, because I don't want to do movies and television. I want to
Okay.
do stand-up. I got some kick left in me still.
I know you do. I've been seeing it all week.
Yeah, but I've been smashing it.
The,
They've
one
never
half
seen
of
an
the
animal
A
like
team
me.
has been carrying the load, and reinforcements came just in time.
Yeah, I'm getting a little shaky out there, guys. Yeah, the fact that he's 90% probably sober is as it with you, even though we had some adventure, but it was no I'm too hungover, doing dumb shit.
No, never.
Oh, except look it. I'm always right. Okay? And what's rule number 1?
Don't come in any pussies.
Yeah, condoms. What did I say? As a mantra on tour, condoms. Condoms. Yeah.
What kind of list do you guys have?
Yeah, it's simple.
What's rule 2 on this list?
It doesn't matter what rule 2 is. Follow rule 1.
Revert back to number 1.
I still haven't gotten past
Condoms.
1. Yeah.
We're fucking condom, man.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not 30 yet. Ugh. Idiot.
I didn't say that. I did not say that when I came.
Like idiot. Hack just wants to watch all of it.
You need to. Yeah. Before we let you into the Airbnb today, you need to come.
You might have to do that outside.
We've been listening to your podcast this
You like
past
that?
month.
We wound
and you
up.
are red lined. You need to
all
blow.
the time. I'm back on the sauce,
You're
man.
leaning
Fuck.
into it like an aggressive
Yeah,
penis.
you're firmer. I hugged you, and you were like way more rigid.
Yo,
You're
blow one
Yeah.
in the rose bush before you go in, or no one's getting any sleep.
Buddy, there's.
headbutt
I
your own
snapped
balls.
one off in the airplane. We're good.
You know what? I didn't start jerking off on airplanes until maybe a few years ago.
You want to do an ad read now? That's a
Yeah,
good time.
I don't like beating off standing up to be at all.
What?
Yeah, I
Why?
can barely stand because there's so much. I got all this baggage. When I come,
You can
the
get
door,
more leverage into it. And you
The
get
door swings open a little bit, you know,
Yeah.
like the girl in the ring, and I get a shaky knee on it. Yeah, I get a shaky knee when I come. I can't even attempt to fuck standing up in the shower. And first of all, when was the last time anybody here ever fucked in a shower?
I don't know. It happens.
At the Y.
at the Y. Well, about a year and a half ago, because the Y is closed back where we are.
Yeah, let's get into that.
Yeah.
So
You know?
you've had your thumb on a bunch of shit in your neighborhood, especially the last, when did you start going solo on the podcast, or was that something that you'd always been doing?
It was kind of, I don't know. It was just getting tough to find interesting people to talk
but this
to
is
in
only
Edmonton.
maybe
That's
within the COVID period, you kind of went to a desk to camera.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was probably 2 months in, and then whenever you guys have all come through,
A lot of people went pump up the volume. Christian Slater, Basement, Wayne's World, light up YouTube, and let it sing.
Yeah.
And then there's other people that were so sewn to the industry that just stood on the like the band that played on the Titanic.
Yeah.
They just kept playing as the boat just sunk down because they were they were the house band. Don't be the house band. Be Black Sabbath.
yes.
I'd be on the women and children's boat.
Yeah, kicking their hands as they tried to climb on.
Yeah. And they're little hands, so they're weak.
So, you guys, I know the West Coast was kind of looked at as a place that was
Great save.
Carey Price, Game 7.
Brad saves the day.
you guys. In comparison to Ontario, which is oddly enough the most locked down place in the world, the West Coast of Canada was kind of heading towards what you kind of see here in Texas, but really never.
July
Really?
1st, we're supposed to be
Yeah.
wide open, but it's kept it was peaks and valleys. It would
Yeah.
give you a little snip of you could nibble on the cheese, and then
Honestly, the photos from home are embarrassing.
it's disgusting, man.
There's a new rule here. I showed him too many photos of what's going on in Canada. And what's the new rule here?
No Canadian show business in the house.
There is no Canadian show.
Yeah.
That's what I said to her.
Yeah, but it's like a car crash. I keep wanting to look at the photos of comedians performing in dandelions up to their kneecaps. They're in weeds next to a train car.
There's a barbecue next
There's
to the
lawn
guy.
furniture. They're beside a tool shed.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't do it. I can't do it. We don't have to talk about it, but it's just over. It's dead and over.
It's done. It's done. And anybody who was doing anything, that's why, there's probably a people that I'm unaware of, but, you already had your own stage as a online personality.
Yeah.
So the comedy's gravy when you can get it.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
nice,
So
But like,
you were your own house band on your boat,
pretty much.
and you can see all the people that you're like, oh, I'm going to see this person's going to navigate with me. That's a talent. That's a talent. That's a talent. And those people just floundered and they haven't been even entertained the idea of being a comedian for a year. And
I started
you're doing better.
Yeah,
we're all doing better than we ever had.
100%.
You know. Well, I mean us. Yeah. This and that.
Oh yeah,
you guys
like
are in a weird spot.
The online stuff, like when it hits, it's fucking money. But like stand up wise, I didn't start stand up until like I did an open mic, and then the pandemic hit, and then this whole stand up thing has been all throughout COVID. Like,
yeah, you've been active more than probably any veteran comedian in your own country, as far as putting out content, having a voice.
Yeah.
Having a voice. A lot of people, it just...
Keeping the hamster wheel spinning during this break.
Yeah.
But that's your gig. Don't get on other people's boats.
No. Like even it's fucking weird because I hopped on TikTok and I'm getting recognized off of TikTok from just doing stupid shit. But if it's going to generate...
I don't want to hear about your problems, pal.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Right? There's a guy bombing right now back in Canada, and he blew up on TikTok himself. And he's doing the same material he's doing on TikTok in front of live crowds.
Oh, God.
And it's crickets. And he's even saying, he's going, God, I don't get why you're not laughing. That got 4 million likes on TikTok.
That's not the case.
Yeah, because in the Matrix when Neo's...
if I say that, somebody hit me with a steel chair. I want to be like that guy you were telling me about at the beginning. Fucking steel chair off the top ropes to the skull.
Yeah, they were getting... Poor Zach got 4 bar stools thrown at his head.
But that's...
And with pepper sprayed eyes.
It's not a freak accident.
Anyway... you guys are going to have a good time here, I'm sure, especially if you like barbecue and girls with BO.
I like barbecue.
I've never heard a better combo, quite honest.
So I started harassing you guys. Well,
you're still harassing them right now.
Yeah, 6 months, 8 months ago. Well, first of all, I think when I was telling you, because I didn't know you were scheduled to have a roast battle with Sam.
Yeah.
And I had done your show, and I'm going, you're like, who's your opener, blah, blah, blah. And I gave you a laundry list of Sam's credits, and then the blood drained out of your face. And then I said, you got to move. Not because of that. During the course of the podcast, I was like, this guy's it's not going to stick here.
Yeah, like for what
to
I want to do?
Texas. So I had then I moved to Texas. And it snows the first time in 70 years. I couldn't believe it. I'm literally sitting in my room with one of these candles between my knees and a blanket over me, laughing in the dark with no water or electricity, as I can see my breath like in the room. Well, people were just in ditches. It was funny though. It looked like the world's shittiest drive-in movie theater because every car was in the ditch. But they all looked like they were so close together, and it looked like they'd been stacked. And the clubs are happening. People have some sort of aftermath of the masks, and then things just start taking off. And I'm like, you guys would really enjoy the lifestyle here, especially being from Alberta. To come to Austin. So the harassing phone calls, every time I saw you guys pointing something out that was like fucked up about Canadian politics and where you were going to practice your craft, I kept walking around going, this is more wired for somebody like you guys.
Down here?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You just say, book it.
Yeah. He would cry about, the gym banned me for life, book it. It's like, what do you got no kids, you got no wives, fuck off.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can't have a better luxury than a Canadian passport to leave.
Yeah.
It's a really good one to get
Doesn't
out of
work
town
so
with.
well for some of us.
yeah.
It's pretty good. I'm here,
Yeah, you
Yeah.
are.
right?
You're here.
I made it through. And that's the thing is I'm a legitimate guy, and he put me through the paces,
Yeah.
and I didn't bend or back down.
It was
and
fun, dude. That's a part of your Larry David shit. You like getting into it's fun for you. Come on now. You're good. You can swim.
No,
in it.
no one wants that. No one invites the stress.
No, that's
of-
like you're fucking looking into the goddamn eye of Sauron when you're dealing with those people.
Yeah.
Like they can look into your soul, man.
Yeah.
Like he could have
I was just gonna ask.
fucking
that
Lord of the Rings, pussies.
Whoa!
Yeah, he's got you there.
I thought it would be Egyptian or something real, but you went with CGI. Anyways, go on.
I was hoping for like some Greek mythology here.
This motherfucker.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I gotta look.
What
You know
did
you know
do?
nothing about Token. All right.
You're damn right I don't.
Yeah. There's a reason they were like, oh, look at this bohunk hillbilly. Let's let him walk through.
I know.
And then look at this guy. This guy's mind looks like a fucking weapon. Bring him in.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, doesn't it bother you? Because let's be honest here. You guys kind of just shuffle around life like, oh, everyone kind of likes me a bunch. It's tough out there for the other side.
Hey.
You think you're
Fuck.
liked? I don't know about that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the first thing you can tell someone's completely full of shit. Who? Me? And then they look at the other asshole immediately.
You think I've been going around Austin being liked for the last 34 days?
No, people hate you, but you act like you're liked.
You gotta
It's
keep
like this
the lie alive.
sociopath thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you going to admit the truth?
You
Game
blew
over.
in somebody without a condom, I win again. You still might have a kid.
Can't argue that.
He comes in her. Fill me up, she said.
Yeah, she did say that.
And then he couldn't make her come, so he eats her out after he eats her out twice after he blows in her 5 times.
5
And
times.
she's still, that's not enough.
You couldn't blow 5 times in this
burn
heat
it
here.
with something.
That's the lie. Now we
Burn
know
it.
it's a lie. Anyways, I've learned from my mistakes.
It's like, don't fuck day 3 off the plane. Get it like
some guys
Sunday.
Some guys get a workout in to get jet lag out of their system. I
You
like
do
to get a
cardio?
pregnancy in. I don't know.
Pregnancy scare. You should
Yeah.
have saw his face.
Oh, dude!
3
Right before my
times.
set at Vulcan too.
Yeah.
And then apparently she has a boyfriend, and Red Band's like, "Oh yeah, I know him." I'm like, "What? Everyone,
Guys.
guys, I gotta
guys.
go on next."
Yeah.
Yeah. How'd you
I
do?
don't-
It ain't no thing.
Of course.
It was first of all, the first thing that he powers through is the audience is like, I can't believe the balls on this guy. What an asshole. And then he just kind of wiggles around their legs and slides back up the stage. Hey, everybody.
Yeah.
And then does his hand thing like a Grover act out. Mm-hmm. Sesame Street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clock in, clock out. Check in hand.
What else has been going on? Did you guys watch my movie?
Ooh.
No, I haven't because
You lived it.
Look who's hosting. Look who's
It is.
hosting. Last one to see the movie.
yeah, and I don't have any of that Amazon Prime or anything like that, and I will download it though, illegally.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I'll send you a link.
I will for sure. But yeah, I see enough of you on my fucking screen all the
Yeah,
time.
there's
A
I
bit-
get it. I
a
get
big
it. I
screens.
have strange, we'll call them communication skills. But I think my point is clear.
Book it.
Yeah. I'm not really decision making is effortlessly for me. And procrastination and hum and hawn, it just I'm like I don't know, maybe I'm just my death is impending that I really double up my time.
Yeah, you have no problem flicking a bridge, burning it, right? In
Oh,
a
I
good-
walk
in a good
around with
way.
a can of gas.
Yeah, in a good way. You're not wasting time.
Yeah. I'm not fucking around. And I'm really here to talk to you about Jesus and shit. I just pull out a
No,
couple
you're
Bibles.
not. all day I hear the devil will grow. The
Nah,
devil
he
will
hears
grow.
lyrical things that are demonic, and then he thinks that it's a horror
It's
movie.
demonic music. It is a satanic ritual music. That's what it was a playlist.
Yeah, try
for
to fall asleep during the G.G. Allen discography.
Oh yeah.
That happened.
Yeah. We had a nap, a 3-hour nap before a gig in.
In the same room, Sam's
Yeah.
on the couch, I'm bounced on the bed. I've been on one. You know, I look like Hunter S. Thompson. Yeah.
And Gigi Allen's playing loudly. And we slept for like,
you scar.
3 hours, yeah.
And then
interviews.
Yeah, all the
Oh,
interviews.
yeah.
It was his entire library.
Yeah.
And 3 hours straight, we woke up, we both looked at each other and went, like, how do I have cotton mouth from an album? It was this dirty. Yeah, we've been. Everyone was just kind of shaking it off.
That was the set that night.
It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the first tour. That was 2018. And every single one of those shows was rocking.
Even look at, you know, I think Niagara Falls was maybe dicey the second time, but I think every show, you know, even that Oshawa turned out to be
man.
great.
Oh, man.
Yeah. There wasn't really any bad shows. I think we just show up at the right time. I think I'm pretty particular about the market in Canada and when the best time to go, and you can really fuck with the summer. You're competing against.
Yeah.
It's like any hockey game or UFC fight. You're a write-off.
Mm-hmm. That's the other aspect that I've taken away from this new world we're living in is I was doing it before, but it's even more important now, and this goes back to our shows, is every show I ever did, it was like I went on stage ready to die every single time. No, not even a 5-minute set at a bumfuck nowhere bar was ever a throwaway. It was always laid it all on the line every time. So the fact that I didn't get to do it for a while and then bring it back, it's just I don't see that attitude permeating the comedy community. Is people aren't appreciating it like that. Oh, I got to go back on stage, knocked off a bunch of rust. I don't give a fuck. Every time I get on that fucking microphone, it's possibly my last time ever. And the world we're living in now, that's the reality.
Yeah.
It could possibly be the last time ever.
Flying
I don't know
close
if
to the
I'll
sun.
ever be able to come back here
I know.
after this trip. Like
I
this
know.
is a once in a lifetime trip.
And that's why I've been aggressively hounding you guys in the corners to do my bidding, because this is a big deal. Regardless of how this all pans out in the end, but these now we're a part. Most of it's making history over the financial reward of it. Of you guys left the country when most of your friends have been under a fucking blanket for a year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
None of them will ever go either.
No. So
None of
I knew because I felt that way. Like I remember just being recognized on public transit and being broke, just with my head in my hand, like embarrassed because I'd outgrown my opportunities and nobody was recognizing my abilities. But that sidestep to Europe really gave me a more global palette. And Canadians are very short-sighted and stuff. You guys can take shit over. You know, literally, you're head and shoulders. You
This
come out of-
town needs it. The professionalism in the business
yeah,
has been driving us up
it's
the wall
sloppy.
here. It
It's
is
sloppy.
so sloppy, and they make you feel like an asshole for just running it properly, like asking
minimum.
for your money. The minimum, exactly.
the minimum, a courteous, but that's fine. It's a sloppy town.
Yeah.
And that's what kind of you can call it.
Not all over. Sunset Room, they know what they're doing.
Look, it varies. You know, somebody gets fired on staff, the whole hierarchy changes from the bartender to the doorman. You know, anyway. That's why we'll set a standard. You know what I mean? Just with our actions. And because Canadians aren't really braggers anyway. We're not really have that American... but it's cool that they do that. It's funny to see them stand up and go, you know. But pound for pound, our Canadian bloodline in show business, not to mention comedy in particular, is world class. I looked.
Yeah.
You looked.
I've seen.
you know, the warmest rewards in Denmark, and we were like, somebody gave him money on the street because they couldn't make the show, but they were a fan. Beside me, I was a little fucked off by that, to be honest with you.
Wow.
People were putting money in his pocket.
Guy
Never happened.
was walking down the street and he beelined it, crossed over to me, directly towards me. Yeah.
Where was this?
Denmark.
Denmark?
Yeah.
Really? That's badass.
Copenhagen.
I'm a fan.
Yeah, he couldn't make it to the show, but we wanted to support.
Really?
And then actually there was a couple of young girls showed up at the show and couldn't afford the tickets.
They do.
So the money that guy gave me, I gave it for their tickets. And they were there for one of the greatest shows I had had up to my life thus far. It was the Christiania Jazz Club.
Yeah, legendary. And I don't know if you've been following the news lately, but they're
Gone,
fucked.
man. It's gone. They fucking chainsawed the picnic tables we used to fucking puke on.
Oh, dude, I feel sad.
Yeah, it's
I feel
gone.
sad.
Like, it's gone. You can fly there right now and go there, and it
Can you
doesn't
explain
exist.
it? Because you're a little more broad from the little visit that you'd had. It's a landmark within a landmark with
Yeah, it's like
Mad Max.
Burning Man from the 70s in I guess you'd call it like an anarchist village. And Burning Man is about leaving no trace, but they had buildings there and clubs and restaurants and stuff like that. But it was all like on the down low. It wasn't encouraged. Like, commerce wasn't the point of the place. The point of the place was to enjoy the freedoms, express yourself, radical self-expression and radical self-reliance. That's what Burning Man's all about. And they took that from places like Christiania.
Yeah.
Like Christiania was like a European trailblazer. It's like an old army base from the 70s. And so people have been using it there for years. And open drug use, that being pot in Europe and whatnot. And it was tolerated to a certain degree. But when we were there were daily raids where the police brigade comes running in, crashes the tables, all the fucking vendors fucking grab their shit.
Stuff on I go because they had canvases with loops, and every table had it. And it was a cinch, so they could just cinch, and like 50 pounds of hash would be pulled up, and then they would just run or throw their bags up on the roof of the building.
And it was tolerated at that time, but even when I was there in 2019, you could feel the screws tightening on everything. Like, it was starting to get more and more commercial. Like, you're not supposed to take pictures there. That's the same thing at Burning Man. Burning Man used to be about you're part of the show. You are the show. You participate. Radical self-inclusion. And there were fucking tourists in Christiania, like these old dirty cunts fucking taking pictures in these cafes. And I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, the more people photograph and film things, the more it takes away from like the coolness and the exclusiveness of this environment. And I was watching it, like I was sitting in the back in the cut. I didn't take one goddamn picture. I have a couple of pictures that were taken of me in there.
Same.
But I didn't bring up my phone once while I was in that space because I was respecting that area. And now they've gone and destroyed it and taken it away. And it's not just there; it's happening all over the world.
No, this is a global sign that they're going after
any free thinking and anything like Burning Man. Like, Burning Man is a city in the desert for 8 days that exists without any fucking mayor, or there are people in charge as far as organizers, but the way the city runs, there isn't one person in charge calling the shots. Like, there's not a mayor, it's anything. And the system watches this thing and can't wrap their head around, like, how is this existing without money and gas?
Utopia.
Yeah, it is a bit of a myth because it doesn't exist that way. You got to bring a lot of shit to Burning Man.
Oh yeah,
and it's really hard to survive. But my whole outfit here, like this pouch that was considered a holster, this is from Burning Man.
Yeah, that's where you wear it.
Yeah, because I'm not wearing any clothes and I need things to put my pockets in, right?
Hey, I told him, I was like, one guy was, as soon as we got to Dallas, one guy was eyeing him up because I think he thought he had a piece on him. He's like, looking.
That would be more acceptable.
Yeah.
There. That's okay. Open
You got a
carry.
little timid for a second, but right when you were trucking along, I caught it right out of the corner of my eye. This guy's like, oh.
What? I got timid?
No, not you. The fucking.
Didn't think so.
No, you were
fucking marching through.
What's calling your name?
Down forward.
You didn't even have a single slouch when you were trying to sleep on the plane, man. Fuck. Jesus Christ.
Okay, yeah, what was I want your angle of traveling with Sam.
I
Anything-
didn't
sat
have
at the other end of the plane.
fiasco. Like I don't know. You were at the front desk, and then all of a sudden I seen him leave, and then I was like, oh, okay, I don't know, and maybe he's gonna get some other ticket and shit. And then I stood in line. I'm like waiting for him. I'm like, customs is open. I don't know where this guy is right now. And then I was like, okay, well, I'll get through. I'll get us a table at one of these restaurants, and then he'll probably be.
And you're waiting.
And I'm waiting. I tried texting and calling him. And
He's
I'm
in
like,
secondary.
I'm like, oh,
getting his thong
fuck,
searched.
You're fucking calling, and well, the thing is, I'm in secondary, and I get the text, and I'm like, fuck, it's on, and but I'd put my phone in the pocket upside down. I didn't want to be fiddling around, turning off the ringer.
Get your head blown off looking for
So
your phone.
yeah, exactly. So I couldn't turn off the ringer, and then this fucking guy calls right when I'm sitting there talking to the guy.
Oh, Dumb and Dumber. Hey, bud. Show's in an hour. Where are you?
I was concerned about
Yeah.
my friend.
No doubt. I appreciate that, but it's like, yeah, it's like it's a crapshoot going through this, man. Like, this is the thing, when you're crossing international borders, there are no guarantees. I think it's actually a testament like that the guy did let me through because my story did check out. Like, I'm not here to give anybody a bad time. I'm here to have a nice time, spend money, and make the people laugh. That's all I do in my life.
And embrace what this city has to offer. The bottom line is freedom.
Yeah, but apparently my personal style is infringing, and it's it may be triggering, but
Wait till you get into downtown. You're gonna be fine.
well,
There's a lot of villagers. Yeah, you're gonna look around and go,
Yeah.
yeah, this works.
definitely, man. I've done 6 fucking burns, man.
Yeah.
Like, this ain't my first rodeo. I've been around
And a
like
couple
crazy
Rouse
and
tours.
crazy and wild shit. Yeah, exactly. But the experience I had of like being able to survive in any environment, especially the most hostile environment on the planet Earth of being the Black Rock Desert, is anywhere else in the world is easy when you're not in that environment. And I always had good interactions with people out on the playa as well. And so I will have good interactions with people out in the
They're
world.
going to love you here.
Yeah.
Man. They're going to love you.
But it's
We have been, like, whispering through the streets about your arrival in particular, and people don't really have a choice but to love you at this point.
well, it's just like it's fucking day to time. I'm also on. I haven't really slept. Like, I've probably got an hour and a half in the last 24 hours.
I know, this is a toe. We're cornering you up against the wall.
Another fucking ambush.
I know.
Fucking
I
this
feel
guy.
bad. You guys haven't eaten. You
No, haven't eaten.
at one point in this cast, you went, "This fucking guy," and you point like, "I understand. I understand."
Are
Robin's-
you in fact hungry?
yeah.
I'd eat Boomer's asshole right now.
All right, that's hungry. What about you? Could you eat Boomer's asshole?
Oh, I would take his scraps. I'll tell you that.
Finger licking good.
Is there another just similar to like his POV of you? Your POV. Did I make any like SOS calls to you while living with this guy for 34 days?
He did 34 days straight, like fucking solitary confinement with.
You know what? I think you like. I've gone longer and further in distance and time, but not concentrated like you
Yeah.
did. I've never done a
He's
concentrated.
also had a dozen luxuries that you never really had on the tour.
Red carpet out here. I've been meeting
Yeah.
lots of great people. But I've been
and
sleeping
just
on the
lifestyle,
couch.
my space. He's got a gym, a pool. There's tons. Anyway, there's a lot of good. This is a 5-star hotel with a studio in it.
And a
and
5'11" bed.
she's been
for
on
a
the
6'1"
couch.
guy.
Up there and working on his computer in the fetal position, like sideways on his lap. I'm like,
Yeah.
you're going to have a hook for a spine.
Well, show me the table I can go to.
What table?
You're here. Where do I go? I got a hunch. survival. Okay, it's Burning Man for me. This is my Burning Man. Okay,
It is, and you're
was.
burning, man, because it's
half of the
Yeah.
hot. It's hot
I
as
run
fuck
hot.
here, man.
I
Yeah.
run hot.
we're on pentagram couches right now, and he plays Satan music. Look, that people understand
It's
that.
fuel for my fire.
Yeah.
You go around, women are kissing you on the face and they're rooting for you.
You're coming
I got
in,
out there and
you know,
chip corpses off the wall of the slaughterhouse, tooth and nail.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did my time, and today I get to move in with you guys. This is gonna be.
He's
good.
so happy.
You know what, man?
He's so
I can't
happy.
even for comedic purposes, I can't even think of like,
A better time in your life.
or
This is the best thing that's ever happened to you, ever.
yeah. And you know what? You were saying a lot of Canadians won't come down here. There's a lot of apprehension of coming down over the border.
Yeah.
But most of the apprehension I received from other
from your
comics
own community.
was living with you. They were more concerned that I'm living with you than they are I'm going
Yeah.
to Austin, Texas in the middle of a pandemic where everyone can carry a gun without a license. They were afraid of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Well,
yeah. Well, yeah.
No one ever. No. Look at you.
No. I've heard some stories about before I got around, and one of my favorites was you fucking with Hunter and Brian O'Gorman fucking turning off the lights and blowing your fucking
Dragons.
white dragons on them.
Yeah. We were in London, Ontario, and we were locked. There was a snowstorm, so we were housebound for like 4 days in London, and I got into it. And I just chased them with knives all day and blew like cake batter, like snot rockets down my face, and would pin them down and lick their foreheads with knives. They had to hide all the knives, and a couple of them ran out in the snow in bare feet to get away, because I would just wake up screaming, and everybody would be sleeping. And I would unscrew all the light bulbs, so people were just feeling around the walls trying to get the lights on to see where I was.
And there ain't no light coming.
No.
Holy fuck.
There's been some bad ones, but hey, I don't drink anymore, as you heard.
Yeah, from everybody in fucking Europe that knew this guy.
He doesn't.
They all came up to me at a separate time and were like, "You're lucky he's not drinking anymore." And I said, "I know."
Yeah, I explained that. Yeah, it was
It wouldn't have worked.
No,
It wouldn't have worked.
no. That's why when we'd met, and I was very.
When I introduced you two, when I brought you two together,
Yeah,
go on.
I was not. I was very
Yeah.
reluctant when he came in the
By
room.
all means.
When Vince McMahon made yet another good decision, go on.
It was like, there's no way Canada's going to pick up on this. Never mind the West Coast.
Yeah.
To go to Europe would make a lot of sense, but it's not, it's hard to travel. The planes, the diet, the hours. It's mostly you're paying for is the in between the shows. The show's easy,
Yeah.
That's your quote. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called the truth.
He goes, 1% of the job is on stage.
Yeah.
99% is getting to the next one.
How many times in your
Yeah.
life do you forget about the time when you're on stage and when you're inside of something? You're not going to your watch.
I've been losing track of time a lot.
Oh, fucking bet. Fucking sidewinder over here. He's not even a weasel anymore. He's a fucking rattler.
You guys are,
Yeah.
Wow, I've been demoted in animal hierarchy. What the fuck happened?
Oh, what the fuck happened? 34 days with this fucking guy. That's what happened.
Oh, yeah.
He's got the 1,000-mile stare now.
I can't even call my mother anymore. It's bad.
You got decompressed.
There she is. Oh, it's scoliosis. What, you gain another chin? You're a pig. Look at me.
Oh, my God.
Oh, God. I go, sorry. I'm sorry. Hi, Mom. How was your week?
He's got the bends, the Rouse bends. Do you know when you come up in a tank too quick and you get blood in your air bubbles? You get that, but it's more like corn in your.
Have you ever thought what it would be like to see a person's head amputated? Think of things so horrible that the human mind cannot imagine them. See all this and more when you see on stage, in person, that crazy mix-up.
I like being set apart from people. I like to be hated. Jason Rouse.